retrograde and how it's affecting us. And I just wanted to have him back to kind of like talk about the 888 portal and things we should be expecting when you look at everything from an astrological aspect. And so I just wanted to go on and bring him back with us. The last time that you were on here, it was so good. It was both of us are like new at this. So thank you guys for all of you guys who tuned in and I don't know, gave us a like or two. We appreciate it. Welcome back, Zachariah. What's up? How you doing today?
Hey, what's up? Peace to the guys and goddesses. I'm doing great. Today's a great day. It's the Lionsgate portal, or we're still going through the Lionsgate portal. Tomorrow's the day of the
Yeah.
official portal, 8/8. So you want to just get into it, or
Also to do to also today is my son, their brother's birthday today. My son
yes,
who
yes.
transitioned last year. This is his second birthday without us. So 1, 2, 3 on the timer. So we
Understood.
want to say happy birthday to him. But I'm gonna go ahead and let you just flow with it
Mhm.
to educate us on what we should be expecting when it comes to this Mercury retrograde. Because today the energy has been energetic. It's been energy. Like
Mhm.
I was like, did you see the way the light just winked? I was like,
Mhm.
I almost didn't. I almost was like, you know what? I don't know. I was having a moment, but I'm so thankful that you're here. I really appreciate you taking out the time at the last minute. But I'm gonna let you go ahead and get into it because I know you don't have much time.
Thank you for having me, and I'm gonna say happy solar return, happy solar return to bro. And to get into it, so we're talking about the retrograde Virgo, which is in Virgo right now, and Virgo happens to be an Earth sign, and it represents the sixth house in the astrological chart, and it represents the stomach, the gut, which is also the second brain, the intuitive brain, and is also ruled by Mercury. And Mercury represents the left brain or the conscious mind, communication, thought process, which Virgo, which makes Virgo the most analytical of all the earth signs and represents the heart. It also represents the harvest, purification of the harvest, recognizing what's feasible and what's not. Virgo is good at analyzing and processing data to determine what is essential and what is not. And
Okay.
that's just me breaking down
So
what
in a
Virgo
brief
represents.
synopsis, I don't want to interject. What's up, Messiah Money? What's up to the 3 people in the chat? I know it's probably more
What's
than
up? What's
y'all.
up?
YouTube don't be really showing me how many people in the chat sometimes. That's good because I probably would be all nervous. What's up, Boston Love? Good afternoon, Barbara. Um, so listen, this is my son, guys. He's coming on today to talk. Today is my son who transitioned second birthday. My son is on here to talk about the Mercury retrograde, and he was just explaining how it's in actual Virgo, which is the planet of
Yes.
communication.
Well, no, Virgo isn't a planet. It's the sign. It's the astrological sign. The planet is Mercury that Virgo is ruled by.
Right,
Virgo
I
is.
meant Mercury. Right.
Mhm.
Okay. Well, go ahead. You got the floor.
And so, okay, and I'm just breaking down what Virgo represents. So, to contribute to Virgo's organization aspect, the retrograde is currently in Virgo right now on a collective scale. Depending on where Virgo is in your individual chart, it represents where you're supposed to be organizing, and also clearing the clutter that represents the purification aspect, and where you're supposed to be organizing and harvesting in your life, which means to gather.
Okay, so that makes sense with even with what I was talking about as far as me clearing out with this being in Virgo and me talking about just the different thoughts I was having that wasn't so. What's up, Alexa? Hi, Swadu. Listen, so that goes back to what I was saying, how I was feeling today, how you were just explaining to me how that all of it's accurate with what I'm experiencing. So y'all, if you experiencing any kind of just unhealthy emotions right now, or just like really in your head with just I don't know emotional thinking, like, well, let me just be honest with myself, like, and share a personal moment I had today. So, not to go to the left with it, but so today I was feeling a bit. I don't know. I normally don't compare myself to other people. So I was feeling just a bunch of energies that I normally don't experience. And I was definitely comparing myself, which is like, first of all, it puts you in a position to be very judgmental. Then I was like, it was just an energy that I don't vibe with. So I was like, what is this about? On top of just feeling emotional about my son, not being here in the physical and processing those emotions. And so Zachariah was helping me to understand the emotions, but I also know at the same time to not judge myself or attach myself to the emotion and get out of that non judgmental state. But he was explaining to me how Virgo is all about clearing out. So you may be
Right.
clearing out, and there like Virgo also represents the Virgin Mary. So there could be some sort of purification that you're going through, that you're experiencing, and you may feel like somebody, literally, the devil himself, is attacking you and your thoughts, or you could feel like somebody's projecting onto you, but it could just be the divine trying to upgrade you to another level to be able to clear out the debris of a layer of negative, toxic paradigms, not for you to get in a place of judgment, but for you to recognize it so you can clear it out and move to this next level. Does that make sense?
Exactly. And I want to add to what you were saying as far as you got to realize the same laws that apply to the universe apply to man. So if the universe is going through a cleanse, we are going through a cleanse, and that's what the retrograde represents right now, with it being in Virgo. It represents the universe is cleansing itself, so we're cleansing ourselves as well, and seeing what can go along our harvest, what we can take, with us on
To
our
the
journey.
harvest.
Exactly. So whatever can't go, we need to cut that off. We need to, cleanse that. And wherever Virgo
Wow.
is in your
And
chart
so it may show up
dictates
like,
where that
I'm sorry.
energy, wherever Virgo is in your chart represents where that energy is being, where that's happening, where that's taking place within the
Okay, so
chart.
that may show up as like a negative. So, and it could show up as a negative experience, or you feel like it's a negative experience, but it's really just helping you to clear out.
Right. It's a more so it could be a transmutation because Virgo is a mutable sign. So it represents
Mm,
mutability represents you being able to take energy and turn into something else. It represents the alchemy process, the process of alchemy, being able to transmutate energy.
okay, that's good. That's good.
So you
Okay,
taking what doesn't belong, because that represents what you said is the Virgin Mary, and you're able to turn that energy to something else.
okay, okay, okay. So, in other words, too, like with that Virgin Mary, look at the Virgo card.
Yeah. See.
The Virgo card, like, and it says this ruled is ruled by tricky Mercury. These
Yep.
earthy
The
signs.
trickster.
So it's a tricky planet, guys. So we're gonna be in some sort of tricky energy right now.
Because it's the mind. The mind it represents the higher and lower mind, in the sense where if you're not in balance, it's easier for the mind to play tricks on you, or you to pay attention to the thoughts that aren't for your best, aren't for your purpose, or aren't meant to take you to a
For
higher
your
purpose.
highest good.
Your
So
highest
let me,
good, don't
can I
serve
just
your
read this
highest
real
good.
quick? So it says these earthy signs make their list and check it a million times. So that's why Virgos are like super like in their head. They're
Analytical.
perfectionists and
Right.
they're over analytical. Oh my God, that
Exactly.
causes them to be in that real nervous and anxious energy,
Right.
right? But it
And it's
says,
it's a logical mind, because Mercury
oh, it
represents
got to make sense to
so
them.
it's
So
the
that
math.
also
Right.
kind of hit. That kind of. I'm sorry, Zach. My apologies. Sorry, not sorry. But so that kind of prevents you also from operating in that right brain too. If you
Exactly.
are constantly,
Even though
everything has to
Virgo,
be made.
right? Even
It
though
has to make
Virgo
sense to a
represents
Virgo. Like that's
the
why they like to call
feminine.
people
Right.
stupid.
Right.
Virgos be
That's
straight analyzing you and sizing you up in their
right.
head. Like you so stupid. Why did you say that?
Right.
Virgos,
And
why y'all be doing like?
that's when they're not operating at their highest good, because when they're operating at their highest good, it actually represents the second brain, which is the intuition, the stomach, and also the
Wow,
right
the
brain, because
intuition.
that's like the second brain, the gut. And when you have intuitive gut
Wow.
feelings, you having gut feelings. That's what that represents. And also
Wow.
the right brain, because Virgo is a feminine
Wow.
sign in nature.
Wow. So, but it says here Virgos symbolized as the Virgin are all about perfectionism. They are
Earth,
one of the most detail oriented signs in the zodiac and will not stop until the job is done right. They are
exactly,
they are often the most analytical, and you said that, Zach, the most organized in the astrology wheel. So that could be
exactly.
also the divine helping us to develop some sort of organization too if you're a bit
Because it's
scatterbrained.
Earth. Yes, it's Earth.
Oh, wow. So
Because
that's why it's important
Mercury
too, Virgo,
originates in
to ground
Gemini.
yourself. Sorry about that.
Because it originates in Gemini, and Gemini is air, and in Virgo is where it finds its perfection in a sense, where is more so seeks perfection and to master itself. Because astrology
Okay.
represents different stages of being and when you're basically going through consciousness. The 12, but that's a whole nother. That's even deeper. To keep
But
it in
it says here
context.
it says they have many hidden talents, though they are often afraid to share that with others because of fear of imperfection.
Yeah,
Ooh, I could resonate
that
with that.
that
So that
because
could
it's
be something that's
anonymous.
been exposed too, right? Or for you to
Yes,
address.
right. That
Like,
represents what you need to purify that obsessive need to reach perfection. Because Virgo represents
mm,
the sixth house, and the sixth house represents your daily work, what you do on a daily basis. That's why Virgos are so driven and like to have have a whole list of things that they need to get done because that's how their brain functions. And the sixth house represents one of the earth
wow.
houses. It's the
Okay, okay, okay.
you
We
know when
got
you're doing the
11
list.
minutes. I know you got something to do. We got like about a couple more minutes before you tap off of here.
Mhm.
um,
I was going to talk about
um,
Leo. I mean, the retrograde also moving into Leo.
we got Jupiter out here too, the planet Jupiter. Go ahead. So Leo, explain that. My apologies.
So the gather. So well, I don't have to read that part now. So now eventually the retrograde will regress into Leo, which represents the lion, the heart, the courageous one. One thing you need to understand is that Leo is considered to be debilitated in Mercury, which means astrologically, astrologically that's not the most conducive placement for Leo, but it's not necessarily a bad thing. It just means the energy can be somewhat disruptive. And with that being said, Leo going into retrograde or Mercury going into retrograde, and Leo represents where you need to let your inner lion shine. Also signifies where you need to be courageous in your speech. Also rules the heart, so that means speaking from the heart, unapologetically and authentically. So this retrograde also puts emphasis on the throat chakra. The throat chakra is very important at this time. Also healing the throat chakra, and you definitely want to be more vocal and not necessarily opinionated, but vocal as in you're speaking and whatever you're speaking, it resonates with your truth. And also walking courageously and shining as bright as the sun and trusting in that. That's what the Leo being in Mercury represents. Speaking from your heart.
Okay, so I was gonna say because when you're reading, sometimes if you're reading alone, how the mind can get lost. So is there a way that you could kind of like maybe give like a little, either brief little short story or just an example of what you just read in layman's terms to help those who
So
may be listening or see this video
so when
tomorrow,
I
next
say
year?
right, so as far as the energy being in Leo, like it depends on where it is in your chart, but basically speaking your truth, speaking wherever that is, wherever that resonates, wherever you're in life, you're not being completely honest or you're not speaking your truth to its fullest content and you're not being authentic. And during this time with Leo, when it happens to go in retrograde in Mercury, you want to make sure you're being more vocal in those areas.
Mm,
And you're being more
okay.
courageous with your, with what you believe in and what you want to say. You have to be more vocal.
Mm, okay, so going back to too with it being in Virgo, and a lot of times Virgos are not as boisterous. They're more so in their head,
Reserve,
so that's
right?
why it's a bit of a challenge. But it's going to this energy is going to help us kind of embrace more of
Is that our inner
communicating our
voice?
truth,
Because
voicing
Leo
our
also
truth.
represents the child, the inner
Mm,
child, the inner fire.
mhm. And does that necessarily, so would that energy just be for anything, or would it be like a focus on family, relationships,
It
or just
depends on
it?
where. That's why I said it depends on where it's
Oh,
in your
where it is
birth
in
chart.
your chart?
Yeah, so
Okay, okay, okay,
it's
okay,
different for
okay.
everybody. How it
Okay,
may
so you
resonate
don't
with
got to
you,
mention
maybe.
the planets about your chart or my chart, but so how would that affect you, or like, do you know anybody's chart that's famous that's right off the bat that you know their Mercury? No.
Mm, no, not exactly, but I can more so give you a generalized perspective of how it would affect everybody. Just kind of
Okay.
like what I said. Basically, it's
Right.
representing the inner child. So you have to speak wherever that's in your chart. That's where it's going to be affecting, or the energy is going to be taking place. So
Okay.
it's more
Okay.
so, yeah, where Leo is in your chart.
So, like, say for instance, if I have Leo in, for example, my seventh house represents Libra, which is partnerships, right?
Right. So actually, you're
So,
right. I can't give you. Well, I'm gonna let you do what you're doing. Then I'm gonna give an example list off that.
well, no, I was just about to ask you. So, if Leo is in my seventh house, and Leo and seventh house represents partnerships, love, the planet of Venus,
Right.
how would I? So, would I be communicating or be more expressive to my person, or more just open to love if I'm not in a relationship? Like, how would that affect
So
me with
it definitely
Leo in the?
it definitely depends on other placements, but to just to narrow it down, pretty much it can affect your relationships. As
Mm,
far as like it can affect your partnerships as well as your one-on-one relationships
or
and your
benefited,
business.
not necessarily affected, but
Not,
benefited.
I,
How does it
well, I'm not
benefit
saying
you?
affecting a bad way. I'm just saying affecting, like influencing it, and
Okay, okay.
it can benefit in a way where, I mean, so say you can, since it's in Leo, it'll probably, if you may meet somebody more so who has that Leo like energy. You may meet a partner with
Mm,
beautiful hair, or because Leo rules your hair in a sense, or it just they have
mm,
something that stands out about them because Leos usually stand out. So you may meet somebody
mm,
who has that type of energy, that Leo kind of energy, because the seventh house represents the people that you meet and come into contact with. And that
okay.
could be in partnerships. You could meet somebody who's extremely just like they just good at attracting people, and they have this charismatic personality. You may attract people like
Mm,
that. Leos are charismatic, and depending on other placements, if we're because we're talking about the good aspect of it, can also be an aspect of it if you may meet somebody that's arrogant, or that's dominant, or wants to dominate you, or
very egotistical,
yeah,
show offy,
egotistical,
like very flashy.
right? Very flashy and just arrogant,
The one that's gonna demand attention when they get in the room, like all eyes on
right?
me.
Right. And
How was Raymond? Like he was just like kind of like want to be modest, but at the same time, you better notice me. Energy, like their energy is very, their present. Leo's presence is very demanding. Like
it's the sun. It's the sun, and just like when the sun is out, it's
their
hard to ignore the
personalities are
sun.
like, they're even if they're in their south node, like their personalities are just like gonna make everybody laugh. People are gonna gravitate to them naturally. They're
Right.
gonna be the shit talker in the room 9 times out of 10.
Right. The because Leo represents the heart, and the heart is like 5 times stronger than the brain as far as it
Mhm.
produces as far as the electrical energy that the heart produces is way stronger than the brain.
Mm.
Because the heart
Okay.
is on a certain vibration of its own, and it's just they represent the sun,
Okay.
and the sun is electrical energy. It charges everything. Oh wow,
Thank
thank
you,
you. How you doing?
Viber. That's so sweet.
Thank
Hit that like button for me, Viber. I'm messing up your name. Thank you.
you. Thank
Thank
you.
you, guys.
Peace,
There
peace.
was something you wanted to mention because I know you gotta go. I so appreciate you for coming on. I know you're gonna
No
come
problem. I
back.
appreciate it too. I was probably gonna give another example, or
Okay. No,
like if,
it's
even
on
if you
you.
have
It's on you. Go ahead. You got the flow.
even like Leo in the sixth house, like that would represent, because that represents maybe that represents, it's an Earth house, so the Virgo house, it'll represent something dealing with your daily life, as far as you may get a business opportunity, where you may get to showcase your skills because the sixth house also represents your skill. You may basically attract a certain activity to you. I mean, not activity,
Okay.
but opportunity. You may attract a certain
Okay.
opportunity, or you might get a new job because it represents the work that you do on a daily basis.
How can we utilize this energy by really being more? I know for sure it's all about your intentions and being more intentional, but what could we do to um just make sure that we are intentional? Like, because with Virgo being so scattered brain, sometimes you can get all over the place. How can we utilize this
So,
energy, or what are some of the things that you would recommend from an astrological aspect?
so I
Oh
look at it
wow,
like
that's what's up,
so.
Violet.
For every sign, there's another sign. There's a sister sign. So in order to incorporate Virgo to its fullest extent, you have to also incorporate Pisces, its opposite sign. So you have to be
Mm,
balanced with the the mental and the spiritual perspectives of the energies. So you have to be in line where with Virgo, depending on where it is in your chart, you have to work on the purification and
mhm,
building your harvest, getting your harvest together and clearing out the clutter. And Pisces
mm,
represents the knowing what to keep, because Pisces represents the all knowing. It represents the spiritual. It's the last house of the zodiac, so it has all of the signs in it, and it represents all and nothing in a sense because it's that metaphysical Neptune energy. It's literally what you
mhm.
call the astral or spiritual energy.
And the hidden things too, right?
What did you say? The hidden things, yes, it does represent the
Yeah,
hidden.
it represents the hidden things.
Right, which is the metaphysical realm, the parallel world. So when you're applying both of those energies, that actually represents in tarot the Hermit card.
Oh,
It
shut
represents,
up.
yeah, it represents
Okay.
Pisces and
So the
Virgo energy.
Virgo and the Pisces represents the Hermit. I
Sorry,
need to go back and, huh?
I said my bad. I couldn't hear you because my timer had went off. What did you say?
Oh, okay. I said I need to go back and do some little studying up on my. It's like it's so much to learn or digest.
Right,
I think you'll just always be a student when it comes to esoteric, the mysticism of it all. But I think for
right,
me, before you go, Zach, I'm just really, I think the divine has really been dealing with me about judgment, detachment, really releasing judgment. Like, even when I get out here and doing the readings, my desire has always been to empower and uplift. As a mom, I've always been very nurturing, very encouraging, not to toot my own horn. But I didn't realize how much of judgment there was within myself that I could adopt. And now I'm just really learning to practice the law of detachment and releasing judgment and just really, you know, those hidden things that what I'm saying, that one that's
right,
that the thing that's crouching, that's still like you like, oh, okay, oh, that's there, oh, that for real, like, and really just being aware of it and now channeling that energy in a more balanced sort of place, because I recognize when you are connected to the all, which is source, you
right,
are you're open to the all, but the divine is non-judgmental. You know what
right,
I'm saying? It's universal law, it's spiritual law, but it's still non-judgmental. Judgment does come,
right.
based off of our karma, our dharma, and our actions. You know, but I don't know. I feel like, I hope I'm not talking too much, but I don't know. I feel like I'm just evolving in an aspect where, and not making everything so religious. And what I mean by that is just learning to be, like, really experiencing life and looking at things and having an understanding that everybody has a sacred contract. We're all in sacred contract. We all have a purpose, and even if that person seems so vile, so wicked, so treacherous in their actions, they had a contract for that. And me learning to release the judgment and the detachment of the hurt of it, or the insult or the injury that I may feel because I'm an empath, I feel what's being done to my sister or my brother that I'm not necessarily blood related to, if that makes sense. but just learning to practice detachment. And now with so much of the things that you have educated me on, because you guys are such great teachers. My kids, especially, I mean, y'all are teachers, but you young people are real teachers, and I've learned such a plethora of things from you, and so I thank you for taking out your time to come and just share and educate us and empower us. This video is for educational and entertainment purposes only. We are not doctors or of any sort, but I just wanted to say I really appreciate you. I really do.
I appreciate you having me, and you made me think of something when you was talking, as far as like how when so everything is really about seeing all the interconnectedness through everything, because everything is related, everything has connection. Not even they even talk about that. If you research what the Masons was doing in the secret societies and mystery schools, they were giving you the interconnectedness of all things, because everything is connected. Just like when we was talking about Pisces, if you go back to certain symbologies, or I mean certain symbols, Jesus was referred to as the fish. The whole concept of when Jesus
Mhm.
came around during the Piscean age, and the whole point of the fish represented him swimming through the waters, and the waters represent the spirituality aspect of you being able to travel
Mhm.
in the
Mhm.
astral world and in the inner, in between, basically between both worlds, and learning how
Yes.
to master yourself. Because what God is in the mind. God, that's why the word heaven and the word head have the same prefix, because God is in the
Mm.
mind. That's why right here is the softest part on the baby's body when they're born, because that represents the third eye, the seat of the soul, which they also talk about.
Mm.
That is the seat of the soul between your left and right hemisphere of your brain. That is
Yes.
where the seat of the soul lies. And when you activate that Kundalini energy, you're able to basically travel through, you're able to see what God is, and that you're God, and your connection with God, and God's
Mhm.
connection to you. And that goes back to what I said, that the same laws
Which means that
humanity
we have
abide by the
authority. I'm
universe.
sorry.
Exactly. We have all
We have
authority
access
because
to the
we're the
authority
living
to the
gods.
and I think that that goes back to, when you look at dark magicians and how they use their energy to create chaos and havoc.
Exactly. They're using
They're
us to create
operating in
that
their
chaos.
godlike abilities, but they're using it to feed an agenda that's on a lower
Yeah.
nature. So
Which means only the
somebody said
intention
sitting
is
in weed
evil.
is chill. These people in the comments, I cannot. Oh my gosh! Oh my god! That is something. That was powerful, Zachariah. What you just said, just the breakdown of all of that. That is a lot to digest. That was some meat for the soul, for sure.
We're gonna see
Soul
more of
food.
that
That
when
was
we
a
come back.
delicious plate of food, bro.
Right. You got, yeah, it's for the soul, and it's for the mind, and to realize that heaven and hell lies in the mind.
It
You
lies
can be in
within.
hell already, and you can be in heaven already. So it's all about what are it's all about you connecting your lower self to your higher mind. And until you do that,
Yes,
you are going to be in what you call hell. But once you're able to evolve, you in heaven. You don't gotta wait till you die to get to heaven. You could be right here.
that's
And that's the
right.
whole point of when they talk about New Jerusalem. It's in
And the
you.
third heaven, seated. You're seated in heavenly places. That third
Exactly.
heaven.
Because the word planet has the word planes in it. So it's planes of existence. So we travel through the
You said
planes.
planet. You said
Yes, the
planet
word
has the
plane.
word plane. Oh yeah, it does. The first
Yeah,
aspect of it, the first five letters.
exactly.
Wow, 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 wow. That's deep. Okay, so you got to come back. We're not gonna even say when you're coming back. But
And we're
I
gonna talk about the exoteric and esoteric knowledge, give you more of a breakdown of what I was just saying or discussing with you guys.
Wow, I appreciate you. Somebody could be a Pisces, but you was just talking about Pisces,
Yeah.
and they just
See?
showed up on the cards. But
That
with the
Pisces
eight eight
energy.
eight portal, just anything you want to say, just real quick before, because it's tomorrow.
So as far as the 808 portal, I mean, it's
Eight oh
really
eight.
based on what I mean. Yeah, what we were just saying, as far as using this time to evolve, because the Lionsgate portal represents the Sirius the Sirius star system or constellation and the Orion constellation in conjunction with our sun. So that
Mhm.
means that it's going to create a portal, which is why they call it the Lionsgate portal, because it creates a portal. And what portals do is they bring and usher in energy from that particular constellation. And
Mm.
what that means is we're going to be having more heightened dream. You're going to be more in a heightened dream state. You're going to have heightened awareness. You may be able to connect with your ancestors. Ancestors may be connecting with you.
Mm.
It's just a day. It's just a very powerful energy that's being put, being pushed through with that lines.
Mm.
So it's definitely if you into the, I know too much, man.
He said, no, he said, you know so much. He said, he knows so much.
Right, right,
He's
right,
basically
right.
saying you're very wise.
But I took it as that. I was just playing. Yeah, man, I feel like you got to self educate yourself. Hey, Leo in the building. Hey man,
Yes.
happy birthday,
It's
happy
y'all
belated.
feed. Yeah, happy birthday, Leo. Big Leo
If
energy.
it already happy belated if it already passed. Happy
uh,
solar return.
Why the opposition card showed up back? Somebody in the chat. These cards, the divine is such a trip. Listen, if you ain't know hit that like button for sure. We got them. I know it's more y'all in here than that three that's showing because we got
Right.
people in the chat. It's more than that talking.
I
Go
just want to
ahead.
say I appreciate anybody that came and just who was attracted to this spiritually because it's always done there before it comes here and decided to come listen to us today because for me this is very important. I surround my mission and purpose around what we're doing and this is a start of that. So I feel like it's just very important to me and I appreciate anybody that comes and just listens to us speak because I feel like I do this for the people. It was given to me to do to the people. So I mean for the people.
Wow, that's beautiful. 144 on my timer. Look, them ops still playing games.
144 on
Wait
your
a
timer,
minute,
bro.
that was so beautiful, Zachariah. Mommy love you so much. I so appreciate you.
I love you.
Thanks for joining us. Have a phenomenal rest of your day. People, y'all, I'm coming back. Kenneth say fight. What we fighting for? We in that flow season. We just attracting over here, baby. We're just attracting over here.
I think because he said you are so nice.
I'm
You
a
two just
lover, not a
are so
fighter.
nice. He said I
He
should try
said
to
you
do.
should try to do actual speech. That is she telling you need to be speaking.
I need to be
Byler,
speaking.
I'm saying he. I don't know if you're a he or a she. Or am I right? Are you a he? Are you a fire sign, Byler? Was he the one that said here, Leo?
Kenneth
Let me see.
Greenley said
That
he was a
fire
Leo.
card just came out here. Who was that said
Kenneth,
they were Leo? Yep, he is a
Kenneth.
Leo. Look, why your card just said fire sign?
That's probably why he's
Fire.
talking about fight. That's what that
Oh,
fire energy is.
that's that fire in him, right? That
Mhm.
passion.
The fire energy is
Um,
all about action, like you said, passion.
yes, yes. I know you gotta go. You gonna come back though?
Greetings. Yep, I'm gonna come back.
Okay. Somebody is a clown. Kenneth, stop playing. That's that Leo energy for sure.
uh-huh.
um, what was I gonna say? Well, until next time, you guys, thank you for joining us. Listen, the joke is over. The joke is over. Why? Because the more you wake up, the more they go bankrupt. They're going
Yep.
bankrupt without your energy. So keep waking up. Keep waking up. Listen, y'all about to tap into that universal wealth, okay? I'll see you guys later. I'm going
Yeah,
to come back into a
esoteric
live
knowledge, y'all.
reading. I love you guys. Thanks for joining. I'm out. I'll call you in a second, Zach.